Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I would like to present about precast wall panel. So what is precast wall panel? Precast wall panel is a construction product produced by casting concrete in a reusable mode or form, which is then cured in a controlled environment, transported to the construction site and lifted into place, which means steel up. In contrast, standard concrete is poured into site-specific forms and cured on-site. Precast stone is distinguished from precast concrete using a fine aggregate in the mixture, so the final product approaches the appearance of naturality occurring rock or stone. More recently expanded polystyrene is being used as the cause to precast wall panels. This is lightweight and has better thermal insulation. So how to preparing for concrete? So for normal mix, the amount of mixture for cement, sand, and coarse aggregate is measured by ratio of weight or ratio of volume. However, the ratio of weight is most preferable. For example, a mixture of 1 to 2 to 4 means 1 part of cement, 2 parts of fine aggregate, and 4 parts of coarse aggregate. In addition, other example of concrete mixture proportion used to produce the required strength of concrete are 1 to 3 to 6 or 1 to 1.5 to 3 and 1 to 4 to 8. Water used in concrete mixture is based on water cement ratio, which is a ratio of weight of water to weight of cement. The chemical reaction between cement and water cause concrete to harden. So after that, how to construct precast wall panel? The production begins with the mix of sand and crushed rock. This mix is based on limestone. Different strength and finishes can alter the mineral mix. The minerals are delivered by a conveyor to a huge mixer. The inject cement, water, and additive to enhance the concrete flow, speed up the cure, and give it a brownish hue. Bitters whip an ingredient into a course. Then the rebar rod is bent into a loop. The loops on the rebar are connected, creating long cages. Then they put a cage at the top of the shape and one at the bottom. A team then insert a sheet of wire mesh well in. It has been cut to match type scale. And then they are now ready to pour concrete. A truck dispenses the concrete directly into the form. The concrete flows around the steel reinforcement. The steel will keep the wall strong when the concrete expands and contracts as the weather change. The team spread the concrete and level it with a tool called a screed. This first layer of wall panels is essentially one side of a sandwich. It will be the exterior part of the wall. At the center of the sandwich is this rigid form insulation. It's started with protrusion to secure it to the concrete. Most steel reinforcement concrete completes the wall sandwich. The final layer will face the inside of the building, so the crew takes extra care to ensure that there are no pits or crevices. And then after about 12 hours, the wall is solid enough to be handled. They take it outdoor where a worker sandblasts a small section of the exterior side. The precast concrete wall is ready for building site after a 3-day cure. A crew will guide it on footings. They align their design with the one at the next wall. They bolt it down. When the two walls match perfectly, the concrete continues to cure over time. For many years, these prefabricated walls will remain solid. And then before we concrete the wall panel, we need to do a cube test. So what is a cube test? Concrete cube test is the compression test carried out on the concrete cube after 3, 7, 14, or 28 days of casting. Concrete cubes are casted to and kept for water curing, and then they are test in the civil engineering laboratory on compression testing machine. So instrument and material are needed for cube test. First, a concrete cube mold of side cube mold 150 mm or 100 mm. It is used for aggregate size or not greater than 40 mm and 25 mm. Cube mold for test must be made from steel or cast iron with smooth inner surface. Every mold must have steel plate to support and to steel rod prevent leakage. And then compacting steel rod with 60 mm diameter and 600 mm long. And lastly, compression test machine. And then procedure for cube test. Firstly, mold and base plate must be cleaned and applied with oil to prevent concrete from sticking to the side of the cube. Base plate is attached to the mold by using bolt and nut. And then fill the cube with concrete in 3 layers. And then every layer must be compact for 25 times. This process is carried out systematically and compaction is done uniformly to all surface of the concrete. Compaction can also be conducted using machine. And then next step is the surface of concrete must be smoothened so it will has the same level with the upper side of the mold. And then the cubes which are made at construction site must be covered with plastic cover for a period of 24 hours before the molds can be dismantled. After that, after removed, the concrete cubes are submerged in water for curing. And lastly, the compression strength test must be carried out for concrete at age 7 or 14 and 28 days by using compression test machine. So what is the compressive strength test? The compressive strength of the concrete cube test provides an idea about all the characteristics of concrete. By this single test, one judge that whether concreting has been done properly or not. For cube test, two types of specimen are the cubes of 15 cm times 15 cm times 15 cm or 10 cm times 10 cm times 10 cm depending upon the size of aggregate are used. For most the works cubical modes of site is 15 cm times 15 cm times 15 cm are commonly used. Load should be applied gradually at the rate of 150 kg per centimeter square per minute till the specimen fails. The compressive strength achieved by concrete at 7 days is about 65%, and then at 14 days is about 90%, and 28 days is about 99% of the target strength. For the result, according the table, this is difference between amount of minimum compressive strength between 7 days and 28 days following the grade of concrete. That's all from me. Thank you.